Dude, DeepSeek is nuts. There's a lot of speculation going on now. And I kind of said this in the beginning where like they're saying that they trained it on some really old GPUs that don't take a lot of compute power and it's China, you know. I'm like, how did they like there's probably a very high likelihood that they were able to get these RTX 5090s on the black market, turn around, employ them. One thing that we do know, and this is hilarious in my opinion, is that OpenAI is like, well, the only reason that China's DeepSeek model is as good as it is because they trained it off of our model. And it's like, oh, so now you guys are going to act like you don't know what the pile is, right? So for those of you that are like, what the hell is the pile? The pile is a gigantic data set that tech companies have been sharing with each other since 2020. It's huge. It's multiple trillions of parameters. People can go in through the data. You literally, any of us can get access to it. I can go online, I can find the pile, I can train a model on it. And that's what it's called. It's called the pile. It's basically the data inside the internet. So now OpenAI spent all their time training their model on the piles on the data set for the pile, and then DeepSeek, if they did in fact do what OpenAI says they did, which I think is a killer play, dude. Like the AI is for everybody. This proprietary shit that's going on is not good for anybody. It's not good for our country. It's only going to benefit major corporations and government agencies. And we don't want that, right? So the fact that DeepSeek comes out and it's open source like this, we can see the source code. So for those of you that are like, hey, I don't want to use this piece of Chinese software because it's going to scrape my data and all this stuff that you see on the mainstream media. It's open source. We've viewed the source code. We've looked inside the source code. There's no data scraping going on. There's nothing like that. It's just legitimate dope ass AI. But what China did is they basically took DeepSeek, plugged it into OpenAI's Chat GPT, and then ran A/B tests back and forth and trained itself off of the data from OpenAI's model. So now they're pissed, which is really ironic because they did the exact same thing to YouTube. Literally did the same thing to YouTube, and they took all of this intellectual property for these YouTube creators and they made Sora out of it. So now that somebody did it to them, it's all of a sudden not fair. And the reason that they're so upset about it is because of the fact that this is free. 'Cause I'm a take, 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 take,